From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts.
Come on, baby.
On first down, Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little thread.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught at the 20. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
No chance.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. To throw is Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Now Breeze to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Football going back to the Indianapolis Colts here. Charles, what has happened with Indianapolis? Now it's a 3-game losing streak. They're at 6-7. Week 14, losing to Tampa Bay. Really, I guess the problem has come in the second half. I mean, they have struggled in the second half in this 3-game losing streak.
Hard to believe, isn't it? Because they've blown a lead in the second half in 3 straight games. And they failed to score a single fourth-quarter point in those 3 losses. That doesn't seem possible. I know Jacoby Brissett's knee injury set them back a little bit. Adam Vinatieri's had a really rough season as a kicker. He's now going to have season-ending knee surgery, it appears. I don't know if we've seen his last kick in the NFL, but I still believe he's going to go into the Hall of Fame, maybe even as a first-ballot guy. So the Colts now head to New Orleans for a Monday night matchup with the Saints. That should be a huge game. If the Colts have any designs of getting into the playoffs, they absolutely have to win out, because then they're home against the Panthers, and then they go to Jacksonville in the season finale.
And in that AFC South, they're looking up at Houston and Tennessee.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Got to do better. Come on, QB.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Brissett. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Brissett on first down. And it's caught. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. They run with Hines. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Right there, 56. Come on,
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From a yard out, and the Colts have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. As the Saints come back out here for their next drive, CD, want to revisit what we were discussing earlier, their defeat against San Fran in Week 14. So, as I said, look, we know that they've clinched the NFC South, but that loss drops them down to the 3rd seed, at least for the moment. You know, there's always so much talk about getting the top 2 spots in that first weekend off, and obviously that's important, but is that overblown? I mean, how important is it that New Orleans has one of the top 2 seeds going into the playoffs?
Well, I think it's important for New Orleans because when you look at their past playoff record, they are 1-7 on the road. Okay, at home, I believe they're 7-4. They don't have a huge, rich playoff history because you remember for all those years of being the Aints, they weren't very good. But now in this current iteration of this team, having home field is big. Drew Brees playing in a dome. But if they go on the road and conditions are benign, I think that that'll be okay for them. The tough part would be having to go to a place like Green Bay, which is difficult on anyone.
Well, they're finished down the stretch here in the regular season. They're home against Indy, at Tennessee, and then at Carolina. So, look, it's not an easy schedule, but it's not the toughest of schedules.
No, not at all. And they've got a great shot. And as long as they're playing in a dome, you might want to ride with Drew Brees.
Now Brees on the bootleg. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Brees leaves this one with Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21.
Come on, one thing for sure. You know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
95, 56. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Defense wins championships, baby.
Running with Kamara. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Everyone got 4 down.
Now Brees. Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. Jared Cook there to make the grab. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brissett to throw on first. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Ready? You ready? Crunch time, defense. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
You see me right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I'm going to run you over.
A first down throw for Brissett. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Brissett. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Brissett to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. To throw is Brissett. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Kamara. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Here's Hill on the return. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Brissett. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Got it. Mike's by 4. Check.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Pittsburgh. 56. I know he ain't got it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this, man.
Again, it's Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, folks, we gave you a glance at the AFC playoff picture. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. Bit of a shakeup because the Niners and the Saints game and then the Seahawks and the Rams. So San Fran back up the top spot. Then you have the Packers who beat Washington moving up to number 2. The Saints with the loss, try to follow all this. They drop down the spot, but it's a critical one as they lose that first-round bye, and then we're still awaiting resolution on the Cowboys and the Eagles in the NFC East, CD.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy deal because essentially San Francisco and Seattle had kind of been trading back and forth, and after Sunday night's games, San Francisco holds that spot. But remember, those two play Week 17. It could all be decided then. The Saints have already locked down the NFC South. They're trying to get one of those top 2 seeds, as you mentioned. But the race for these wild cards, Minnesota sitting right there holding the number 6 spot. They're a game ahead of the Rams, who are really hot right now. And the Bears, after whacking the Cowboys last week, they're hanging in there as well.
But as you're alluding to, I mean, Seattle drops from the number 1 seed all the way down to the number 5 seed in one day. Of course, a lot can change in the final 3 weeks.
And just think, a lot of people wondering, how does the NFC East get a home game by winning that division. This is going to be one of those years people will talk about reseeding based on absolute overall record.
Yeah, because it's not out of the question that either the 49ers or the Seahawks could be 13-3 and be a wild card team. Brissett now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. And that is incomplete here. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines. And it's 2nd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
36.
This is Hines. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Throwing, Brissett. And Pascal's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Brissett. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead out in front at 13-12. Now, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Back now here live in New Orleans. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a one-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. They run it again with Kamara. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with third and just a yard.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So after the INT, it's Brees. On the check down, he finds Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Brees to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
Shotgun now for Brees. This is caught by Ginn. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Five, 9. Yeah. You don't want none.
Into the red zone, it's Brees. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
To try again after the sack. Brees. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And Lutz puts this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the Colts now down by 2, and time a huge factor. And they need at least 30 yards, you'd have to think, here to move the football to have a shot. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big gain.
Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
26 months. Let's get this ball back with offense. Let's go.
Now Brissett. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Brissett now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Brissett looks to throw. This goes out right to Doyle. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Let's get it.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
Here's Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Here's the jet sweep to Pascal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He's back to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they will take a knee here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.